Welcome to G3, Games, Gadgets, and Guests, a video podcast from 702 Communications. I'm your host, Brian Cromit. I've got a gadget episode for you today, and today we're going to talk about the Canary All-in-One security camera. If you've been a long-time watcher, you'll know that I've been slowly building my smart home over the last couple of years, and I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about some of the home security devices that are out there for your smart home. So, if you didn't see it in a previous episode, I did review the Ring Video Doorbell, and honestly, that's probably still my favorite piece of home security equipment, but coming in a close second, well, no, okay, the previously reviewed August Door Lock is probably my second favorite, but my third favorite, ladies and gentlemen, right here is the Canary All-in-One security camera. I've had this Canary, like I say, for a couple years now, and it does exactly what you'd expect a security camera to do. It watches your home for you while you're away, or while you're asleep, or even while you're awake, I guess, if that's what you want. But it also monitors temperature in your home, and it does have an air quality monitor that I'm not really convinced actually does anything, because it sends you weird alerts about air quality, but it is a feature that the Canary has. Anyway, as I said before, I've had the Canary for a couple years now, and the company's gone through some of the growing pains that startups do, and they changed their subscription models a couple times. I mean, for a while, you could go back almost forever and see alerts, and then that changed with the subscription model. And for a time, they made it impossible for you to use the night vision without a subscription, but there was quite a bit of outcry about that, so they dialed that back, and now you can use night vision, and you can view your alerts for a limited time without a subscription. But really, to unlock everything that the Canary can or should do, you do need to pay them a monthly fee. Honestly, though, it is still a decent device out of the box. So the best way to really know what the Canary can do is to look at the app. So let's have a look at the app. So as we're pulling up the app here, you have a couple options that you see on this home screen. One is to watch live. So this Canary usually sits in my living room, doesn't usually sit in the studio looking at the behind the scenes camera sound account representatives I've got here watching the podcast, but it does see everybody today. So anyway, it's called Living Room. I can click the button to hit Watch Live. And in just a moment here, it does take a second for it to connect. Yep, there we go. Now we can see the guys in the background, shadowy backlit figures, but they're there. And if you're listening, you can hear the audio coming through the Canary as well. If I wanted at this point, or if you wanted, you could trigger a 90 decibel alert. I'm not going to do that, but you could. You could also not. It'd be loudest for you guys if I did that. Yeah, let me hold it up to my mic. No, anyway, not going to do that. So if we wanted to trigger the alert, we could trigger the alert. Also from here, if you pay the subscription, I could press the talk button, and we could have a two-way conversation between me on my phone, wherever I am, and anyone that might be in my house, in my business, whatever. I can also hit the emergency call button here, and we can get directly to support services. Going back to the home screen then, they have added in a recent release this safety button. So with a subscription, you can, if you're in your home, for instance, and you're getting an alert, you can press and hold the safety button, enter a PIN, and it will dial the police for you. So that's a new feature that's cool with Canary. You can, obviously, if you look down here, you can see that I'm a primary account holder and my wife is an account holder too. The app does geofence for you, so when I come home, Canary knows I'm home. I've got it set to stop recording when I'm home. It'll start up again at night, and so it'll record through the night, so if there's movement through the night. My wife likes to first thing in the morning, get up and check her app to see when our kids went to bed, for instance. So that's kind of a nice monitor. As you can see here too, you can also monitor temperature and humidity, as well as the air quality, like I mentioned. And you can set alerts then for those. So if it gets too hot or too cold, you can get an alert. One of the reasons we got this is if we happen to be traveling during the winter, and we set the the alert at 50 degrees, so we know if it gets colder than that, something happened to the furnace, for instance. And then humidity alerts, like I say, different people will find more and less value in some of these alerts, but I thought that those were good features in a security camera. So you also have this events timeline. This shows everything that's happened with the Canary device in the last 24 hours. Again, without a subscription, you just see the events of the last 24 hours. It mostly is just me arriving at home, leaving home, but there is, like I was just saying, we can see, last night at 12:40 in the morning, one of my sons was getting a late night snack before going to bed. And if I wanted, then I could play that video, I could save that video, I could send it somewhere. So if that had been a burglar or someone, I could share that video with police or whatever. So that's a really nice feature, and really that is what Canary's all about. And that was a good view right there, that it switched from the regular vision to the night vision there too. So that's pretty much the app. I mean, it's simple, but it does what you need the app to do. So bottom line, the Canary is a pretty full function, non-monitored security camera for your home or your small business. If you're in the market for a camera for around $150, you can get one that does a pretty decent job. And like I say, I've had this for a couple years now, and really, I don't have any serious complaints. So that's it, guys. That's a really quick look, but I hope you enjoyed this look at the Canary All-in-One security camera. If you did, let me know. Comment on the video, send me your suggestions, and remember to share, like, subscribe, and tell all your friends, because we've got more shows coming up with more interesting games, gadgets, and of course, guests. Until next time, I'm Brian Cromit. This is G3. Game on.